Hey, how y'all doing today? Larry Lavender checking in on this Friday morning here about 10 to noon. Just outside of the Chicago area right now. Just taking a little ride, just doing some work, doing some Ubering and some lifting today. And I don't have to tell anybody out there that does Uber, Lyft, drives, whatever, that you just never know what kind of ride you're going to get the next one. It could be picking up a soccer mom and dropping her off. Everything's cool. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Done. Get out. All right. Nice talking to you. Have a good day. And then that next one is one of them what in the hell just happened to me kind of rides. Well, I had one of them what the hell just happened to me kind of rides last night. Pretty interesting. That's what I like about doing this every once in a while. You know, get the Larry Lavender out there and checking out the world and meeting all kinds of interesting people. I had a young lady last night. Picked her up about 11:30. Just outside of Chicago, over by the O'Hare Airport on Mannheim Road. Sketchy little section of road, but it is what it is. And this lady gets in my car. She's probably about 22, 23 years old. Little Latina girl. Good looking girl. Pretty girl. Gets in the back there and I start the ride. And go through the normal greetings. Hey, how are you? How's your night? I smell a little booze on her, but hey, it's all good. Double L likes to kick back a couple beers here and there too. So we start rolling with the ride. We're about a minute or two into it. I look down. It says I got about a 30-minute ride taking her to the lovely south side of Chicago down there, you know. Love the smell of gunpowder in the air and a crisp autumn evening. And we're about 2 minutes into the ride, and she says, I'm tired. So am I. What the fuck, you know? But so I say, okay, you know, just relax, take it easy, you know. You got about 25, 30 minutes. I'll if you fall asleep, I'll wake you up when we get there. Cool. So about another couple minutes goes by, and she says, I'm cold. All right. Well, it's like 80 in the car, but whatever. So I turn it up a little more heat. Larry Lavender likes to you know, make sure his passengers are comfortable. So I turn the heat up a little bit. I'm sweating balls, but whatever. As long as she's comfortable, you know, I can deal with it for 25 minutes. So as we're driving down the highway, she says something to me that I was not prepared for. And I'm going to try and prepare for this kind of thing in the future, but this one kind of came out of left field there. But she says to me, she goes, excuse me, sir? So I said, yeah, what can I do for you? And she says, I'm swearing on my mother and her beating heart right now. She says, excuse me, sir, do you mind if I take a nap in my panties? What in the hell? So I'm thinking to myself, you know, how the hell do you even respond to that? So I give it a second or two, you know, it seemed like about 5 minutes, but it was probably like 10 seconds. These thoughts, that, you know, going through my head at a rapid rate. First thing I think to myself is, this is how them porno movies start off, you know, and stuff like this. You know, it just isn't an everyday activity, you know, happening, you know. People don't just say that. My second thought was, I got to get me one of those dash cams, man. You know, this is the kind of stuff that you can't leave undocumented. You know, this is the kind of stuff you want to relive. You know what I'm saying? And then the third thought that went through my head is, I better adjust this rear view mirror up here, you know, so I can get a look back at her dressing room. You know what I'm saying? You know, she's gonna take a nap in her panties, for crying out loud. Double L wants to take a look at it, you know, see what's going on, just for safety purposes, obviously, and make sure she still has her seatbelt on, and, you know, just for those reasons. So I tell her, you know, after these thoughts rifling through my head, I said, you do what you want to do. You know, you make yourself comfortable back there. I take pride in, you know, making my passengers comfortable. And I also mentioned she could sit in the front seat if she wanted to. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. But I just told her, you know, yeah, if you want to take a nap in your panties, you know, God bless you. You know, it's a free country. You know, you got to do what you got to do. So, wouldn't you know it, she's a woman of her word, and she starts slithering out of these little yoga pants. You know, again, I got the rear view mirror adjusted accordingly for safety purposes. And she slithers right out of these little yoga pants like she's peeling a freaking banana. And she just, before you know it, boom, she's lying on her belly, booty up in the air, And she's laying there. She's going to take a nap in her panties, just like she said. God bless this little young lady there. Anyway, we're driving now, and I'm doing my damnedest to keep my eyeballs on the road, you know. And we're driving, and she's back there on her belly, booty up, taking a nap. She starts snoring a little bit. Nothing too offensive, you know, just a little lady snore, you know. Just a little, you know, whatever, how they do that. So now next thought pops into my head, trying to be, you know, gentleman with a girl in my backseat in her panties, belly down, booty up, driving, and now I'm thinking, how the hell am I going to wake this girl up when I get to her destination, you know, to her drop-off spot? I'm not going to go back there and start poking, touching, you know. The next thing you know, I got, you know, Barry R. Rabowski calling me up, telling me I'm being sued or something. So I don't want nothing to do with that, or Peter Francis Tracy, PFG. So I start getting closer to her house, and she's still back there, sawing logs, snoring with the butt up in the air, you know. So I start there, you know, I'm like, all right, I got like 2 more turns to make. So I get up to that next, you know, left-hand turn I have to make. I crank it a little hard, you know, I'm flopping her around back there. I hear her making some noises, and I'm like, all right, that's good, that's good. Get to the next run, it's a right turn, and then her house is right down the street. So I get up to that right turn, and I took it a little quicker than I probably should have. You know, I stood on her a little bit, get on that little gas a little bit, and just make kind of, you know, joggle her around back there, jiggle her, joggle her, whatever, you know. It did the job. She woke up, pulled up in front of her house. Well, at least that's the address she gave me. Now I'm thinking, all right, this is the moment of truth. You know, what is going to happen here? What is this young lady going to do? Well, you know, again, looking in the rearview mirror for safety purposes, just to make sure she's okay, you know. She slithers right back into them little yoga pants, wiggles right back into them, gets out of the car, says, thank you, sir, walks around the front of the car, maybe you know, let me see what was there, and that was the end of it. I don't know how to look at this whole thing, you know, because, you know, I'm Larry Lavender. I'm a gentleman, you know. I'm not going to take advantage of a young lady or try to or do any, you know, disrespectful, you know, movements on it. But I should have told this young lady, you know, you got to be careful, because there's a lot of dudes out there. There's a lot of great drivers. There's a lot of good, respectful drivers out there. But there's 1 or 2 sprinkled in there that, you know, might have, you know, took advantage of that young lady, and that's not a good thing. But anyhow, I just had to tell somebody about this. So I'm kind of new to this whole YouTube thing. I get these ridiculous stories, this crazy driving around the Chicago area constantly happening. So you know, feel free to subscribe down there, Larry Lavender. You can check in on some conversations. We'll pop up every once in a while. I'm an aspiring musician, pretty awesome. Can't help it. But anyway, be good, stay safe out there, and that's about it. We'll talk to you real soon. All right.